the pre-Coupa environment, we used Oracle PO module, so we didn't have an e-procurement system. You know, no Ariba, Katera, Coupa. So the environment was somewhat archaic. It was challenging from a processing standpoint. No catalog content, no punch outs. So you negotiate a contract, you transact within Oracle from a PO module standpoint, but there's no way to ensure that the negotiated agreement was actually enforceable, and you created orderable items, you know, catalog content punch out. So again, very archaic. With the advent of Coupa, now we have content. And what I mean by content, punch outs, catalog content. So when you negotiate a contract, you can put the backbone in place to allow you to order the items that you've negotiated and really restrict the user environment to those items. So it's creating a repetitive procurement environment where everything is orderable. It's much like using the Amazon.com experience, where you go onto Amazon, you buy what you want, and you populate your requisition, your shopping cart, and you route it for approval. So it's taking that Amazon experience and putting it into a business environment. So the e-procurement selection process, we kind of went through a two-step. We went through a request for information, so we pre-screened vendors. Initially, we were looking at on-premise, a Coupa iProcurement installation as an example versus a Coupa and Ariba, Katera as an example. So again, kind of scoured the industry, looking at the common vendors within the e-procurement space, quickly eliminated any of the on-premise, what you would call private cloud type opportunities, because the value of a multi-tenant environment, the cost to implement, I would say not only the cost to implement, but the maintenance of the product is much better. So we went through that two-step. The second step, we brought in those that were truly SaaS, looked at them, software as a service, looked at them, and quickly realized that the Coupa model was like 10x cheaper than the competition. So Ariba's pricing model is based on throughput, the amount of spin that you drive through the tool. Whereas Coupa, it's a license, much like a utility, much like Salesforce for that matter, where you pay, you subscribe to the utility, you opt in, opt out at your leisure, and it's not based on the amount of spin that you put through the tool, the Ariba model. So quickly we realized that Coupa, 10x cheaper than the competition, the uptime, the implementation time, much less, true multi-tenant, true SaaS provider, it was a no-brainer. From a number standpoint, we didn't have catalog content previous. We didn't have punch-outs. So we didn't have orderable items. So by driving content, it allows us to automate the transaction, which reduces our procure-to-pay transaction expense. So the objective is to get to 80% of our purchase rec lines as generated from content, therefore automated ordering. So really the touch points become the user reaching out, selecting what they want to buy, populating the requisition, completing the requisition from where does it ship to, and then routing it for spending approval. And then the system identifies that the source content is off catalog. It will then auto-generate the PO and send it to the supplier, absent a buyer having to touch it. It reduces the touch points. You get better data quality going to the supplier, right? And then it becomes on the back end taking the invoice, taking it via XML, flat file upload, and again, reducing data entry points, matching the invoice electronically. Coupa facilitates online receiving within an application. Great user experience. They can log in, see what's been invoiced, look at their PO, look at the image of the invoice. So we've enhanced that experience as well. Net, the opportunity is to reduce our procure-to-pay transaction expense. Our goal is to get it, depending on who you read, what you believe, Institute for Supply Management uses $150 per transaction. Aberdeen, it's around $100 per transaction. We're trying to get it down where it competes with the procurement card, so about $15, $20 per transaction. So start doing the math, multiplying the number of transactions against the delta, and it becomes significant from a savings standpoint. We're also looking at the user experience. So given the previous environment of Oracle PO module, right? No content, no e-procurement tool, no PO auto generation, no invoice automatically uploaded, very manual. The user experience has improved. Now they can approve from their smartphone, right? If I got an iPhone, a BlackBerry, I get an email saying I have a requisition for your approval. I can, be on the road, wherever, approve the requisition. I can receive online. So the functionality is just, the user experience, because of the Coupa functionality, has been tremendous. Getting a lot of positive fanfare from the user community, both from the requester, kind of in the line, in the trenches, as well as the managers, because now they don't have to be tethered to their laptop. They can approve online.